Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Arunodayam's Biology. Today we are going to start a new chapter that is control and coordination in our syllabus. Control and coordination. So in our previous chapter life process we have learnt that some maintaining functions takes place in living organisms. Those maintaining functions are nothing but life processes which they are useful for their survival, for their growth, etc. etc. Isn't it? And we have started our syllabus with a statement that anything which can move on its own is said to be alive, isn't it? So we have started our 10th class syllabus. We have started our first chapter life process with a statement that there are two types of things on this earth. One is which can move on its own, which is said to be alive. The other is which cannot move on its own, that is said to be non-living thing. The thing which can move on its own is said to be alive and it is a living organism, isn't it? So we have started our syllabus with that statement actually, and all these movements are related to its growth. Okay, so living organisms body shows some movements and those movements are related to their growth. For example, seed germination. If we sow a seed in soil, actually what happens, seedlings starts, isn't it? Seed germinates and produces a seedling. That particular seedling will push a soil aside and grows out, isn't it? Then after it will grow into a plant, then after into a tree. So all the movements which are taking place in that particular seed are related to its growth actually. But we have to remember one thing, that in living organisms not all the movements are related to their growth. Some movements are not related to their growth. Okay, examples are a cat running, children playing on the swings, buffaloes chewing cud. So these are the movements taking place in living organisms, but these movements are not related to their growth, isn't it? A cat is running, it is nowhere related to its growth. Children are playing on the swings, nowhere related to growth. Buffaloes chewing cud, no. So, but these are all movements only. According to our first statement, the movements which are taking place in living organisms must be related to growth, isn't it? But no, all the movements are not related to growth. Some movements takes place in our body as a response to a change in the surrounding environment. So in our body, in living organisms body, some movements takes place in response to a particular change in the environment. For example, see a cat running. Maybe it has seen a mouse. It is chasing that mouse. Okay. Children are playing on the swings. Maybe they are playing for pleasure or they are playing for happiness. Not related to their growth, isn't it? Buffaloes chewing cud. Maybe they are chewing cud for better digestion of the food material. So, like these movements takes place in living organisms as a response to some change in the environment. So, still some more examples are there. We shut our eyelids when a bright light focused on our eyes. Isn't it? When a bright light focus on our eyes, immediately we will shut our eyelids in order to protect our retina. Isn't it? And if we touch a hot object by mistake, we will immediately withdraw our hand from it. Otherwise, what happens? Our hand might get burnt. So, in order to protect our hand, we will immediately withdraw our hand from that hot object. So, like this, so many movements takes place in living organisms body in response to some change in the environment. That particular change in the environment which produces a response in our body is called a stimulus, and the reaction which we are showing to that particular stimulus is called a response. So stimuli happens outside, response happens in our body. Let us go deep into this topic. For example, see, movement in response to the environment is carefully controlled. If we observe deeply, all the movements taking place in the living organisms are controlled by some system in their body. Movements are controlled by some system. For example, if we are talking to our friends, if we are chit-chatting with our friends on streets, we use it to talk with them loudly. We use it to laugh loudly, isn't it? If we are chit-chatting with our same friends in the classroom, will we shout loudly? Will we laugh loudly? No. We will whisper to them. Why? Because the situation differs here. On the streets we are not controlled with anyone, so we use it to laugh loudly. But in the classroom we are under the control of a teacher, we are under the control of a principal. That's why we will control our emotions, we will just whisper to them, isn't it? So just like that, according to the situation the response in our body changes. Okay, so that situation is called stimulus and our reaction is called as a response, and these responses are controlled by some system in our body which is called as a nervous system. Nervous system. So this nervous system will control and coordinate our movements. Control and coordinate with our movements. So many organs are present in our body, isn't it? So many movements takes place in our body. All these movements and all these organs are controlled and coordinated with each other with a system called as nervous system. Especially in case of multicellular organisms, it is very complicated in nature. So as usual in unicellular organisms, the control and coordination is very simple. Why? Because it has only one cell. But in case of multicellular organisms, specialized tissues and specialized organs are present for controlling and coordinating these movements. So that control and coordination will be brought by nervous system. So in our next video, we will learn about animal nervous system. Okay, that's about our topic. Today we have learned about introduction part of our new chapter, that is control and coordination. If you understand this topic, please like this video and share it with your friends. If you have any doubts, please ask me in comment section. I will clarify your doubts. Thank you so much for watching. Jai Hind.